All right. Welcome back. We are now going to be looking at multiplying and dividing real numbers. This one's even sweeter and easier than the last video that we had to do. A couple things though. You need to make sure you know what reciprocals are in multiplicative inverse. Reciprocals are when you multiply two numbers together, you make their product is 1. You could also call those multiplicative inverses. All right. So if you don't know those, put those in your words to know in your interactive notebook. But real quick, if I take the number like 4/5 and I multiply it by 5/4, I get 1. If I take a number like -7/8 and I multiply it by -8/7, I get 1. If I take a number like 5 and I multiply it by 1/5, I get 1. If I take a number like 1.5, which is 3/2, and multiply it by 2/3, I'm going to get 1. So if you look at this particular problem, it says what is each product? So 12 times -8 is -96. 24 divided by half is 12. -3/4 and multiply by a half. With this one, don't cross multiply, just go across. So -3 times 1 is -3, and 4 times 2 is 8. So that's -3/8. -3 squared is the same as -3 times -3, which is +9. But what I want you to notice is that when you take product of two numbers with different signs, it's negative. And how I think about that is negative, positive. There's an odd number of negatives, so it's going to be a negative. And then product of two numbers with the same sign, so negative, negative, or if it's positive, positive, you get positive when you multiply them together. This works for division as well. So it really is a time saver on punching in the calculator. For instance, on your got it, I would not have to worry about punching in 6 times -15. I already know that my final answer is negative. I already know that this answer is going to be positive. I already know that this answer is going to be negative, and I know that that one is going to be positive, so I don't have to worry about my signs. But take a moment, go through the got it, and I'll see you back here in about 30 seconds. Let's talk about square root expressions. Okay, this one for number A. This is the negative square root of 25. Well, I just punch in the square root of 25 and I get -5. How do I know that? Because if I take -5 and I multiply it by -5, I get +25. When you look at part B, plus or minus the square root of 4/49. I know that the square root of 4 is 2, and I know that the square root of 49 is 7, but I have two answers possible, plus and minus, because of this. This is asking for both the principal square root and the negative square root. All right, so to walk you through the got it, what is a simplified form of each expression? This one's just going to be square root of 8, because I'm going to punch it in my calculator, right? For B, I want both the positive and negative answer. You can punch that in your calculator. This one, they want the negative answer. This one, they want both the positive and the negative. So see if you can find these real quick, and I'll see you on the other side. All right, let's talk about a story problem, a real life application here. All right, so skydiving. A skydiver's elevation changes by -3,600 feet in 4 minutes after the parachute opens. What is the average change in the skydiver's elevation each minute? So with that one, you got to think, how am I going to do this? What do I know? I know that I'm losing -3,600 feet in 4 minutes after the parachute gets expanded. So I guess what I'm thinking is I'm hearing a rate, so I'm going to take -3,600 feet divided by 4 minutes. And when I do that, I think I get -900 feet per minute. Make sure you include your units. I believe you have a got it. Why don't you take some time and do the got it? And I'll see you back here in a minute and we'll talk about division. All right. Now, dividing fractions. This may seem a little weird to you, and I'll just show you how it works. Okay, what's the value of x over y when x is -3/4 and y is -2/3? Well, that's real simple. I got x over y. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in wherever I see an x with -3/4 over, see I made it a little bit bigger, over -2/3. Well, what's cool about this is I can forget about the signs because I got negative over negative, but I'm going to just walk you through it. Here's what you do. rewrite it as negative 3/4 divided by negative 2/3. Okay? But then what you do is you change that division into a multiplication, and then you flip the guy after it. So I'm going to flip this over and do the reciprocal. All right? Now I just work straight across. Negative 3 times 3 is negative 9, and 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. So my answer is 9/8. Notice that they have both possible, negative 9/8 and 9/8. So the correct answer is not A, but it is D. All right, so be mindful. This one you might want to pause it, rewind it, check it out again, see if you can do the got it. All right. Now that you're back, make sure you know what the inverse property of multiplication is. If you don't, look it up and put it in your words to know. Make sure you know what the multiplicative inverse is. If you don't know what it is, put it in your words to know. And make sure you know what the reciprocal is. And if you don't, put it in your words to know. And then rate yourself how well you can multiply or divide. I'm going to give myself a 10 because I am the teacher. But when I took this class, I give myself a 2 because I wasn't very good at it. In fact, I D-minused through Algebra 1. Isn't that awesome? I D-minused through Algebra 1. Either way, I'll see you guys out there, and may the force